Good, we have finally made it. I have nearly messed that one up. On my side is a wonderful man who's going to introduce himself in just a second, but if you're wondering what this is all about, this is Picnic on Plateau, episode number 3. We have pretty much interviewed everybody who used to work at Crazy, or who is still working at Crazy, as in the first episode we had Alan. On my side, though, is a man who's going to introduce himself. Please be so kind. Tell us your name, your age, and where you work at right now.
Hello guys, I'm Luka Vukovic. I'm IGL for Team Contact. I'm 26 years old and right now we're in USA, Los Angeles, and we're competing in Flashpoint Season 1.
Good. Okay, we got that one out of the way. How's the US right now? How do you like it?
Well, it's same, I guess, like everywhere in the world at the moment because of this horrible situation that affected the whole world, the virus. We are not leaving our apartments at all. Only sometimes we go to the supermarket to buy some groceries, and that's pretty much it. All we do is stay at home and we play CS, and that's it.
How's the difference for you personally to now be? I think back at Crazy, you used to be back in Serbia a lot, if I'm not totally wrong.
Yeah, like we were in Serbia all the time, except when we went for LAN tournaments or
Right.
boot camps.
Right. How's the difference now that you're so much in the States?
Well, it's a big difference, I'd say, especially under these conditions. Like we're literally stuck here. I'm not saying it's bad because like we're all together here playing a lot of CS, trying to improve. We have a stand-in. Letni couldn't go, so Ralen is here with us, and we're just trying to improve every day, work on our game. Basically, that's it. Like the whole when we wake up, we play CS, and we play CS like most of us until we go to sleep every day, and it's the same always. So I don't know. Like we are in the US, but I feel like I'm at home only. I don't have my family and my friends, my girlfriend around me.
Right,
That's
right.
the only difference.
I mean, that sounds fairly good in comparison to how many others might suffer from the situation.
True.
I want to start with you a little bit because you played 1.6 a lot. One of your bigger first appearance was DreamHack Bucharest in 2012 with Kasat, Nico, and Letni back in the day. Could you first of all tell us how did you personally evolve as a player ever since till this day when you started playing CS and till now? What were the major changes in EMI?
So I started playing CS like at very young age, like I was 9 or 10. Like I remember
your bigger
my
brother.
friend.
Okay.
No. I'm a big brother here.
Okay.
So I was playing usually like Sony PlayStation with my friends, and that particular day it was closed, the cafe, and then one friend told me, "Come with me. I want to show you like PC games," and that's the first time I've introduced myself to PC games, and the first game I played was Counter-Strike, and I instantly fell in love with it. And I just spent almost every day after that, after school. I I would just go to internet cafe and I would just grind every day. And at one point, like I started with public servers and everything. And at one point, I became good, and the people from Serbia, like known people in CS, started calling me on mixes, 5v5. and then like I think I was 13 years old or something. We made a team we were all from the same city in Serbia, and we started competing. Like we would go
What
on
year?
tournaments.
What year was that?
I think it was 2009.
Okay.
Honestly, 8 or 9. I think first tournament actually 2008, and after that like more occasionally like WSG and things like that, like every year.
Was there anyone we know at that tournament?
Let me try to remember. Well, Kasad obviously. Probably Janko. Nico came a bit later. Latni was playing as well.
Right.
That's pretty much it. Like If I forgot anyone, I'm sorry. Like, my brain is not working at 100% at the moment, so
Yeah, we gotta say it's 10 a.m. at your place.
yes, yeah, here is 10 a.m. I just woke up, guys. So.
Thank you for taking the time. So the thing that I'll ask myself, did you, when you were like 13 or 14 years old, I can't imagine that back in that day you already thought, yes, I'm gonna be an IGL for 200%.
I never could imagine that, honestly, because at that time, like, it was nowhere near the global scene was not near to what it is today. And wait, just my monitor turned off.
Yeah.
And like I played just like because I played a lot. I played the game a lot, and I enjoyed it. So I never thought this is gonna be something big, that it's gonna be my job, and I'm gonna be professional
right
in CS. So.
But who taught you?
Lucky,
was there anyone who taught you CS specifically, or was it all yourself who did from the start on?
Only myself.
Okay.
Of course, when I played with better players, like I would try to remember some moves, some good things, some important things in CS, like economy, like I don't know, mostly economy and some how people think in clutch situations and stuff like that, like nothing mechanically.
Right.
I would just practice myself.
Right. So with that being said, the thing I always ask myself, I mean, you are from Serbia. I don't, I have, I mean, 2-3 good Serbian friends, and they're two of them aren't necessarily gamers, but I never asked them how do their parents react when you play so much at a young age and you're not home, you're internet cafe. How did your parents react to that?
That's a common question almost in every interview I did in Serbia. So basically, my mother wanted me to finish studies, and she was against the CS, which I understand, because at that time I wasn't a professional. She thought I was just wasting my time on playing video games where I don't have anything from it. But then when I signed my first professional contract with Valiance, crazy. She understood how this could become, and she just let me do whatever I need to, And my father was always like, I think I'm a lot like him. Like he is like a straight line, But he just thinks about me and my health. Like it's not important for him if I finish studies or not. Or
just do your thing.
Yeah,
okay.
Exactly.
Then I would like to know, because you said Valiance is your first contract. Was iNation and Binary Dragons?
That was not an organization. That was just a team name made by Kassad, I think. And we were just playing under that name, but it was not an organization. Like we would get paid. This was just
no salary as well.
No, nothing.
Okay, because I think iNation and Binary Dragons were quite okay in the tier 2, tier 3 scene. They were not too bad, but didn't know about that one. That's an interesting aspect for all of it. Getting away from that a little bit, one thing I've always asked myself in players, you have been dropped as a player in 2018 and went from an active member to become a coach/analyst. First of all, how did you personally take that when that happened?
Well, I remember Latny called me like it was 2 or 3 a.m. and he told me like, Emmy, bro, like they're talking to Imperial, Valiance is talking to Imperial. They want to take Nexa, SP, and Otto. It's most likely gonna happen. I just wanted to tell you, like, I think they're gonna offer you a job to be a coach. And he said to me, like, whatever you feel like it's good for you, you should do it. Like, if you want to find another team, do it. If you want to stay here, do it. And then I took a couple of days to think about it, and I realized, like, maybe this is my chance, to make something, because it's a team full of good individuals. Maybe I can make something out of them, since like I I really enjoy watching demos, making up new things, and things like that. I thought I could be really good for them, and we could be a really good team. I thought like it's gonna be hard for me to find some good team where I can be happy and be on a good level, and that's why I took that chance. Obviously, money was also like I'm not from that rich family, so I wanted to have a safe job because I knew I could do coaching job really good.
Right.
And that's it.
Then though the question is, because c0ntact said that at HLTV confirmed, you don't learn in Counter-Strike to be a coach. Like how do you personally took that role? Because I think you never been a coach before in any team.
Yeah, I just went with my feeling, like I did everything that I thought was right.
Right.
Of course, I was open for suggestions, and like I always wanted all of us work together, make up things. Like if something's missing in setup or strategy, someone add up something, and we make a perfect thing that can work almost every time.
Right.
But like, yeah, c0ntact is right. Like, yeah, you can get experience. Like if you start the coaching, you can get experience how to work with different people. Because everyone's different. You have to have a different approach to every person. That's what you can learn, I think. But like in like I guess you have to be born for the job, obviously, to know the game a lot as well.
So that's where I want to know, because it always comes to your mind, like how, because in Counter-Strike people are, at least in Germany, all a little bit weird. In Germany, they're not easy to treat from time to time. I'll be honest with you. How do you get into every person's head? Because this is 5 different people who all have different playstyles.
Well, honestly, I'm trying to be really nice to everyone. I mean, I'm not trying. I'm in general. I'd say I'm nice to everyone. I'm not some kind of dickhead who is talking shit to anyone. But at the same time, I expect from them to respect me, and respect what I do. If I see someone is not doing that, then we will have a problem, and I'm not gonna back off. I'm gonna shout, yell, or tell him that he's idiot or something, and I will give valid reasons for it.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, no, it makes sense. But does that work differently? Were there situations in the past where players from, pretty much was Valiants were saying, you're talking shit. Why do you call me an idiot?
I can't remember. I mean, I had argument with some of the players. I'm not gonna mention them, so it doesn't matter. But I don't know. I would just I hate it when I invest a lot of time into finding things, into making up things, that I thought they're pretty good, and I didn't see some teams doing it. And then when we do theory, someone is sleeping, he's not watching. Then when we go through, like when we practice, okay, can we do this? What is this?
Yeah.
What am I doing here? Where the fuck were you? Can I swear?
Yeah, go. This is I don't fucking care.
Where the fuck were you, like, for the last 1 hour or 2 hours or whatever?
But did that change? Did people get better at that?
Yeah, it is better now. It is better. People actually listen to me, like when I'm bringing something up or kneel. So
right. So because okay. Would you say in general, because I can only imagine, I have no idea who it was, right? But do you think this is a general problem from the pug mentality, from the young gun mentality? Because there many individuals, especially young individuals, are super strong on an individual basis. They play you out anytime. But then it's sometimes the mentality missing. Would you say this pug mentality is something that is where people turn off their brain more and more, and that causing that?
I'd say that is a small part of the problem, but like a bigger part is like I would not say how they are raised, but like what values they have in their heads,
Okay.
Something like that. Because as you said, like a lot of strong young individuals with problems with behavior, but also you have same type of players, young, strong individuals that are willing to learn and willing to listen, to more experienced ones. So I'll just say like it's from person to person, in my opinion.
But did you meet any nationality that always had a fairly good mentality? Like, how is it with Serbians, for example? I mean, you played with a
It's
lot
pretty
of them.
good actually. With Serbians, like all the top players right now that I know Nexa, Hunter, Nico. I played with all of them. We didn't have like they're good guys. I didn't have any problems. So of course there was some arguments like in every other sports. They think one way, I think another way, and then we're trying to find us in between. But like they were always working hard, willing to listen, willing to learn. So I think mentality in Serbia and around is pretty good.
But how come is there like no real fully Serbian team going anywhere right now? What is the aspect that is missing?
I can't really tell. Like I'm not following Serbian scene that much. Like I'm sometimes watching my friends from Juggernauts.
Exactly, that's
and
the only
my
team I
friend
know.
Solito is coaching them.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I guess they don't play a lot of LANs. They don't play a lot of matches right now. I think they're at the point we were like 2 years ago or something like that. They don't have any backup organization, so they can fully focus only on CS. They're playing. They don't get any money from
Yep.
playing. So I know they're trying hard, but I don't know. I would have to watch them more to know, like, to see what their problems are. I think they're working hard. That's one thing I'm pretty sure. I know they practice a lot, so that's not the issue.
Mm-hmm.
Probably like individual mistakes are costing them the matches. Like on important rounds, someone is doing something wrong, and it opens up the space for opponents, and you lose rounds. Like you lose important rounds and matches like that.
Then one thing that interests me, I want to ask you that at the end, but because you've been with Esperanto a while. I think he started at Valiant when he was 16. I think so.
Yes,
16 or 17.
Something like that. Yeah.
How did he always in interviews? You seem very introverted, not talking much, but and on Twitter he's shitting on Barbar and things like that. Is it a character trait that is more of a role of Esperanto? Is he very willing to improve to learn or something like that, or is that something at the beginning that was a problem?
At the beginning it was a problem, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
Like I won't lie, but right now I think he matured a lot. He is like, I see him, he goes on server trying to find nades, thinking about some things that can work for him or for the team. Then we go together, we're trying to fix something if it's possible. Lately here he has 110 hours past 2 weeks.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know if it would be the same case if we could actually go out for free and do something else. I have, for example, 150 hours past 2 weeks. So that's literally, I wake up, I play CS, I go to sleep.
Okay, yeah. I mean, you can't do much right now anyway, so that's a bit fucked up. But how's that social component because I don't know from Rallen and Ships how they are with family, friends, and girlfriends. How much is that impacting you socially that you literally can't even go back?
Well, sometimes I think I'm losing my mind at some points, like it's hard to be stuck like it's not like in prison, but you can't go out anywhere. It's because of your own safety and your loved one's safety, because there is a point where now I'm coming back home and I don't want to risk getting infected and then infecting my whole family, and but still, I'm enjoying playing CS, even though like I played the whole day almost. Maybe I should give myself a break a bit, watch some TV show or something. I don't know, but I'm playing the whole day, and I don't mind. Like I love it.
Okay.
So
that's
only sometimes I'm thinking about, oh my god, we're stuck here. Like I'm just playing CS for the whole day. I'm thinking I'm going mental, but it's for a short time, really.
This is though the thing that was always cutting into my head. Like, how much do you personally weigh a social life to be the perfect life balance? Because playing 12 hours a day, every day, let's say for a year, that's definitely not ending well. I can't imagine it ends well. So how do you weigh that in? How do professional players who play or prac 8, 9, 10 hours, where do they fill in this social space?
Well, probably after practice, I'd say, because for example, in our team, when we're at home, we start our theory at around 12. We have theory 1 hour. Maybe we start 11:30. We have 1.5 hour theory,
Right.
and then we have 4 or 5 practices with one break. So that means we're done around 6 or 7, and after that we're free.
Mhm.
So like me personally, we would like from last one more than 1 month, I would finish practice. I would go to gym after that, and then I would go with my friends or with my girlfriend, and every
Right.
day like that. So I had like balance between the CS and the social life.
Mhm.
I had time to actually do everything I wanted to.
Right. But I mean that right now has been fucked a little bit.
Yes.
Unfortunately.
But it's not gonna be for I don't know how much. I'm pretty sure after we finish Flashpoint, they're gonna help us get back
for
to
sure.
our home countries.
How does it actually work with Flashpoint? Because a good bunch of teams flew back home before. Are all teams stuck in the US?
Yes. So
teams?
basically, no. Listen. Basically, the Danish guys from Heroic, they flew back home, but that's mostly because their deal with FunPlus was fucked because Acetag went to Astralis.
Hmm?
But there were some teams that's NA teams, of course, they just flew back from their home cities. Like for example, Envy flew back to Dallas. I think they're not here. They're just playing from Dallas. Some players from another teams flew back their homes, and they're just playing online from their homes.
Okay, but
Everyone from Europe is here in Los Angeles,
really?
like all around LA. So
like, but
that's it.
where does Havu stay? Where are Copenhagen Flames staying in the meantime?
I have no idea,
okay.
honestly.
Okay.
Because we're not in this building, in these apartments. It's us and Dignitas that are staying here.
Wait, then.
So we're on 5th floor and they're on 4th floor, like under us.
Wait, but where that raises a new question.
They found this private, It's not organized by Flashpoint or something. This is by our organizations.
Oh, okay. So it's random. It's actually random.
Yeah, random.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ironic.
So maybe they're literally 1 hour away. Havu, the Flames, and I don't know who else.
Yeah, right. So to get back in the historical aspect, you lost Nexa and Hunter back in 2019.
Yeah.
I talked to Alan pretty much how that impacted Crazy back then. But I would like to know, how did you personally prepare yourself to move back into the role to a player? Because you didn't play actively for 9 months or something, I think.
Yeah, maybe more.
Maybe
I think
more.
almost 1 year.
Yeah. How did that happen? How did that change so much? How did you improve?
Basically, while I was coaching, after we would finish practice or something, I would have social life, and then when I would get home, I would grind that match and watch demos for myself, play Face It with my friends, because I don't know, deep in my heart, I knew there could be a possibility I come back once,
Yeah.
and I wanted to be ready for it, like. And we played the WESG in Serbian lineup, and I played really good that tournament. Like we won, we were a mix basically. Impulse was playing with us as well, so it was Hunter, Nex, and me, Impulse, and Letny. We won against Optic. We won against South African guys. Now JT and Sonic, they're playing in Cloud9 now. Singularity. There were Floppy was there, OC, they're playing as well, and in Cloud9 now. We lost in quarterfinals to Ago. They made the finals. They won against Fnatic. We could have won 2-0, but we fucked up. So we would basically be in a semifinal of 1 million tournament or more. I don't know how much was the prize. It was million. First place was 500k, right? So it would be really good. And I realized at that point that I still have it, in my hands. But also I think I became a lot better in understanding when to do something, when not to. I think the problem with me before, when I was a player, before I came back, was like I had good aim, but my decision making was
lacking.
yes, you could say it was pretty bad at times, and I would I would lose confidence pretty easy, and then I would not be, free to do my moves, my things, and I would just play scared,
Yeah, right.
And I think that was the main problem. But somehow I lost it, and I just didn't make mistakes anymore, because as a coach, I saw what mistakes people do every day on practice and on matches. My players, other players, like I would see what are they doing, what's wrong, and what I should not do in that same situation. So I think it helped me a lot.
That's what I wanted to know, because you've been a coach, you've been seeing it a lot from the outside, right? You've really experienced how others play, how you analyze much more how others play and how your own teammates play. Is that something? How much did you learn from being a coach and then playing back?
Really a lot. Like I'm grateful. I wouldn't change a second of how things went. Like when I go back in time, I'm thinking what would happen, like if I didn't accept the coaching role. Where would I be now? Maybe I would play for some really bad team. Maybe I would quit. Maybe I would retire or something like that. So I'm really happy it turned out this way, because I got so much experience and knowledge as being a coach, and it just like I transferred it into myself as a player.
But did you ever think about, in the younger age, when you basically had no success because it was not professionalized yet, did you ever think about quitting?
Yeah, I quitted actually in 2015 and 16 twice, I think. I quitted for once I quitted for at least 6 months, maybe even more. And second time, same thing, I think. I'm pretty sure. After Nico went to Mouse Sports, I think our team fell apart, and I can't remember what was the second time. But yeah, twice I retired. Somehow I got back.
Yeah, but what did you get back? Because I mean, there must be something that said, I want to play again.
I honestly can't remember how things went. Like it was a long time ago. I guess probably we gathered for some LAN tournament in Serbia or something like that. It's mostly that it's like that we grouped up, and I enjoyed the game again, and I don't know.
Right. Okay. Simple.
We just started playing. Yeah.
True. Okay. That's because you see so many people who have not had anything in the beginning of the game and still. What did you actually do when you played for iNation? What did you do on the side to because you didn't have any salary?
Studies.
Oh, what did you study?
I was studying management, and I was pretty okay on studies. I was not the best student, but I was not the worst at the same time. I was somewhere in the middle, like
good enough to play a lot of free for all.
Yeah. Like I would just play CS and go to studies and try to pass the most of the exams, and then when we became professionals, I just didn't have any more time and will to go to studies, honestly. And they called me at the end of the 2019. They told me, because I didn't go there to
finish the degree,
no, but to pay for a new year,
yeah,
you understand. And they called me on the phone. They told me, you have time until next week. If you don't come, you're officially out of studies. And I said, yeah, I'm gonna come, and I never showed up.
I mean, that paid off,
Yes.
Obviously paid off.
Obviously, it did.
But would you recommend that to young players to say skip school, skip university, and go in?
For school, not really. I think school is very important place in every people's life. You get a lot of friends there. You get a lot of knowledge there. So school, I think you have time to play CS and to go to school. Right. Honestly. So, but for studies, I'm not sure. It's up to the player himself, if he thinks he is good enough to become pro or not, or he's willing to put in so much work or not. That's up to him, I'd say.
Okay, so that's understandable. Because I think it was back with Team Solo Mid in 2016 where Kerrigan still finished his master's degree.
Yeah, I remember.
I don't know how he did that because a master's degree is still another level than finishing school.
Yeah,
but
I actually for in my country, master is a lot easier than finishing studies. We have much less subjects, For example, I have 11 subjects per year. On master, you maybe have 4 or 5 or something like that. So I'd say it's not. I wouldn't say it's that hard in Serbia, especially to get a master degree.
Okay. I mean, you have a lot more time, but it takes a lot of time to do a master. A lot of research and things like that.
True.
Anyway, hopping from something totally different, because that has never been really talked about, how has been the transition for the players from Crazy to c0ntact? I mean, I talked to Ellen. He said he never told me how much it is. I'm sure you won't tell me either. That's fine. But but how was the transition from Crazy to c0ntact, and what was your first thought about it?
So basically, we won Rotterdam as our first tournament, and we were really, really happy and proud of ourselves because we lost our 2 star players in Nex and Hunter, and everyone was bashing the team and saying we're done, we should fall apart, quit or whatever, and we just proved everyone wrong. We won against Avangar, who was at that time top 5 or 6 in the world. We won against Heroic after losing first map 16-2 or 3. I'm sure. So we showed that we actually still have, because we have something to show, because we brought in Ships, who is obviously really talented and good individual. Aspie has more freedom right now. There's me and Latny who are gonna support them mostly, go out first and throw nades for them or whatever. And I don't know, and then I think it was we were at Atlanta, but we had a stand-in. Thomas was playing because Latny couldn't go, and Antonio told us that there's one organization from US is really interested in us, and that they're negotiating, and that we should wait, what's gonna happen. And after that, it was certain that we're gonna go there. It was certain that we're gonna go there at DreamHack Sevilla. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
It was our last tournament in Crazy, and Antonio told us there that after this tournament we're becoming c0ntact Gaming. That we're gonna have a lot better conditions, for the team and ourselves than we had in Crazy. And that's pretty much it. We signed the contracts after New Year's. We were at Kinguin at bootcamp, and we signed the contracts there.
Okay, but what was your first thought? Because I mean, there's some organization who never been in CS and suddenly signs, your team.
Yeah, I mean, we've heard that they have they're in franchise leagues in Overwatch and Call of Duty, and that's obviously really, really good and really big. So we were really happy that we're gonna become part of something big like that, even though they've never been in CS before, So we were really happy and motivated. So yeah.
So, but how was it then for personally? I mean, were you first of all was the plan first of all to move to NA and just?
No. It was never a plan.
Okay.
They said we can stay at home and play from there.
Okay.
And that's the one of the main reasons, I don't know if people were ready to go to the US, to leave everything behind, for I don't know how long, 1-2 years, whatever. And staying home is something that helped everyone, take this decision easily.
Then one thing that I want to know, you don't have to name any numbers. Is there such a big difference between European salaries and North American salaries?
I think it depends on the rankings and the success of the team.
Okay.
Honestly, only on that. I don't think on top teams that's pretty much the same. They all have pretty good salaries. So.
Okay. And comparing ranking wise, because there are many NA teams that are maybe worse than EU teams, but EU teams are still getting paid less. Do you understand?
Yeah,
like Envy, for example.
That's true. I think in US it's good for teams that are not, they're getting paid more, that are not really good on rankings at overall, you know.
Yeah.
It's not, it's like on top teams it's like same with the paychecks, but yeah, I think it's better in the US
Right.
for the lower tier teams.
I see. No, it makes sense, because I've always asked myself that, because, and I maybe you know Skrunk from Germany.
Yes,
He's
I do.
playing
I
Attax.
do.
I know I talked to, he had a podcast where he said that he was coaching Splice back in 2016-17. He said that there's like a major difference in the salary there.
Yeah.
And he was only
I mean,
coaching.
like life standard is bigger here, right? So than in most of the countries in Europe, like everything is more expensive here. So that's pretty reasonable why they have bigger salaries here.
Sure.
On that level.
But how do you personally, I mean, in the difference of like Serbia, Europe, you've been an example. Overall, how do you personally experience America to be different than I don't know, Serbia, for example?
I don't know, like everything is on a much higher, like infrastructure, starting with roads, infrastructure of the country. Like that's main thing. Like I don't know, the system of the country is on a much higher level on every aspect, you know.
Right, but yeah, that's one thing, because of Serbia. I think there was, I never knew it was true, because Alan, I think, also didn't talk about it. Some people said that there was salary problems with Crazy back towards the end. Is there anything with on it, or just people make that stuff up? Was that just a lie?
Sorry, can you repeat the question?
Some people said, I think there was one report or something, that at the end of Crazy there were like salaries not being paid or something.
That's not true.
Okay, yeah, because I thought so as well, because
no, they paid the salaries always on time.
Yeah, because Antonio always, Antonio is always a little special, but he seems always very reliable in that sense. Yeah, it was a fun time with him.
It was fine.
Yeah. When you were one of the first teams that were announced to participate in Flashpoint, right?
Yeah.
And it was this format, never has heard anyone before. It's also all offline, somewhat exclusive. What were your first points, and in comparison to ESL?
Like we were really excited to play Flashpoint, because like we would stay in Los Angeles for pretty long time, you know, except for playing LAN league, like with not the best teams, but some good teams, you know. And we could stay in LA, like see a lot of things here, do a lot of interesting stuff, but obviously that's not the case anymore. So like I don't know, we're really happy, but right now like I'm mostly sad because we're not playing on LAN, you know.
Right. Yeah.
Because I think our team is pretty much a LAN team, and we will have a lot higher chances to do something good on this tournament than online. I'm really honest with that.
Did that change?
We're not a good online team at all.
Really, wasn't Espy in the beginning always named as, for example, being a big onliner? Wasn't that a thing?
Yeah, maybe before 2 years, but right now, like I think we play a lot better online, and I'm calling a lot better online.
Okay.
And like online, I don't know, everyone has courage to do things they wouldn't do online. Honestly.
Do you see a reason why?
They're in their comfortable zone, you know. They're at their PCs at home. No one's watching them. When you're at LAN, it's totally different environment and atmosphere.
But even with even with people like Dignitas, I mean, they've been here for 10 years. Would you still say there's a difference in them playing online to offline?
I think it's also better for them to play on LAN than online. Yeah. They're so experienced, and so many LANs won and participated in. So I think for them, it's same thing. The same thing as for us. Obviously, they're on a much higher level in terms of accomplishments and tournaments than us. But I still think, like, I'm playing CS for 15 years. I played like so many LANs, even in Serbia, and they're like around the world. So I know how the feeling is to play under these conditions and environment. You know, so some people get scared, you know, when they play on LAN, and they play a lot worse than they play on online, which I think for myself and our team is totally opposite.
So
we play a lot better online.
Right, we couldn't hardly see that. I mean, unfortunately, it didn't go according to plan, really. Talking about Flashpoint real quick, there were many things going on before, and people said that they specifically prepare the players to be like more on-camera characters. How did that specifically go for you players? What was your preparation from Flashpoint's perspective for you?
Honestly, we didn't do anything. We had like a shooting and everything. Like Ships was the main star of it because he was involved with that promotional video. And then we took some pictures, official ones, and that's it. And then we had that talk show where there was a group draft,
right,
and they told us like, if you want to talk shit or something, do it. Like, no one's gonna say anything to you. But like, if you're not that type of guy, don't try to fake it, because it's gonna look bad. And for example, myself, I'm not the type of guy. I'm just like quiet and
stick to the game.
Yeah, exactly. So for me, it's like they ask me something, I answer them. That's it. No trash talking, no anything.
But there was like, there was none of this character building sessions happening for Flashpoint. Nothing special.
No, I don't think so.
Okay, because honestly, I think it was
maybe
announced.
It was, but no one mentioned it to us. So.
Okay.
But I'm pretty sure there was nothing there.
What do you personally, because I saw it yesterday also from Legia, that he was really, really mad at that shit talk thing. Cloud9, someone said, he shit talked them. He wrote that tweet.
Yeah, I saw the tweet, but I didn't see what was that about, like what happened even. I don't know.
How do you personally, NA, North America has a big shit talk culture, right? They really stand up, say, let's fucking go, and you saw that kind of stuff. How do you react to that? Is that any important to you?
Not really. Like, I'm not focusing on the teams we play against. I'm focusing on them in terms of preparation, not on their shit talking. Like I try to focus on ourselves and on our team, and not letting that affect us.
Right.
So I'm happy. I'm the happiest guy if they talk shit and we win against them. So.
I mean, everybody is. But would you say
they could just keep their mouth shut after that, and that's it.
But would you, as an IGL, say you have a different responsibility to also keep the mood of your players then rise? Yeah, because I don't know how SP reacts or Ships, I don't know, but do you think that's a key factor?
I honestly think no one reacts in a bad way on those type of things, I think they just don't give a fuck about that.
No, that's fine, that's fine.
That's okay, like.
Because Flashpoint is not going for much longer anymore. I mean, if you unfortunately also drop out, you will have no more official tournaments or leagues. Do you have anything specific planned after you're done with Flashpoint? Is there anything coming?
Well, I can't say much. Like, there are some things going on, but I can't say much. But basically, I don't think there will be any LAN tournaments for next couple of months. Like, you could probably agree with me.
Obviously, I mean, I know.
Situation, yeah. I don't think there will be, at least for like 3 months or something. There will be no until summer if this thing like doesn't get better. Maybe the whole year.
Yeah, probably. I think it could be the whole year. Very honestly.
Yeah, I mean, this shit affected the whole world in every fucking aspect of the lives.
That's unfortunately true. But do you plan on like going maybe back to MDL or EPL? Is that a thing that might happen after Flashpoint?
I have no idea.
Okay.
Like, we would love to play obviously EPL, but I'm not sure if it's possible after this season. So I can't really say much about it. So
okay. I mean, that's unfortunate.
I'll leave that to our organization and people who should do.
That's a good point.
The job.
That's a good point, because I want to know, c0ntact, many might know, is actually owned by Drew McCourt, who's the son of Frank McCourt, and who used to also run McCourt properties. And Frank McCourt is the owner of used to be Los Angeles Dodgers and owns Olympique Marseille.
Olympique Marseille.
Yes. How did they treat you so far? How would you say is the difference in training facilities, living conditions, things like that?
Well, we like when we came here, we never lacked anything, like we have Derek with us, like he is esports director for content, and he's always around us, and whatever we need, he is there to help us, and he's getting things for us. He, like, if someone needs new mousepad, new keyboard, instantly after a couple of days it's here.
Okay.
Like, and facility, like, we have PCs in our apartments, and apartments, as you can see, they're really good. They have 2 rooms back there. This is Niels and Aspi's apartment, by the way.
So wait, let me get it right. Everybody has like an apartment. And...
Yeah, two person in each apartment. We have 3 apartments. There's me and Rallen, like, on this floor. There's Ships and Otto on 3rd floor, and Neil and Aspi as well here.
Okay, so they have like their own kitchen, own bedrooms, things like that.
Yeah, everything.
So everything's taken care of. Because that's the thing that I really was, you see Envy is doing this weird stuff where they fly in a private jet for some reason of their owner.
I think they did it for safety, honestly. I don't think it was because of luxury and showing off.
Okay.
I mean, I think it's mostly because of the safety.
I think they did it pre-corona as well, but I don't know, actually. I'm not sure about it.
I don't know.
Anyway, what is, you come from you come to an organization that is already so set in esports. What did they take care most about? Did you have like specific coaches or things like that?
Not really at the moment. We will try to. We're still basically they're new in CS, and this is our first tournament together. And under these conditions, like playing online and everything, I don't think it's that good for us to play in under these conditions as a team, because I know how we are. But when we come back, we're probably gonna work on some things, maybe bringing in some help, in some terms of CS. So we'll see.
Because
we need to plan it really good and see how we're gonna do it.
Because you see that a lot with more organizations. They have like a set sport psychologist, a set assistant coach.
Yes.
Do you think that will become also important for you as a team?
Yes. I'm pretty sure it will be. We will have big benefits out of it. I'm pretty sure. Like we had in Crazy, we had sports psychologist Luca, and he was really good with like talking to the players individually. And also we had always, like, we would go on boot camp, and then after practice we would just go in at one room, and we would either play some games, or we would be open to each other about some things, who doesn't like something about some player or something like that,
Right.
And no one would get mad because of it,
True.
Because the point was not to shit talk to someone, or I don't know, but to try to help him fix his mistakes and be a better player and a better teammate. So we all grow up as a team.
That's the thing that I was always so important, because we talk a lot about psychology, assistance. Do you also like all together started individually to go do sports or like do physical activities?
Not really. A couple of times only gym. That's it. Like we didn't play anything else. I would love us to play football or something, but that wasn't the case. Maybe somewhere in the future, who knows? But we went to gym a couple of times, and that's it.
But do you think the role of a performance coach? Because I think Crazy, with their mainly Ukrainian roster, they had, maybe it was Luka as well, I don't know. They had a performance coach where they do sports regularly together, where they eat the same stuff, or where they have like a diet and things like that. Do you think that affects you at this point?
I don't think so, and I think I'm not sure if everyone will be happy with it, So it's important to have your players happy and satisfied. And if someone is forced to eat something he doesn't want or something like that, I don't think that's a good thing to have. Right. Yeah.
But don't you think that is still important?
If someone's willing, of course. But
yeah. But don't you think that it's still important that people like stick to a diet or something that real athletes do as well to enhance their performance? It helps. It seems to help many.
Well, you could see from some players that they have problem with weight or whatever, that it's not affecting their performance at all. So I don't think that's an issue. Like to have. Maybe it could help you. Maybe it would be the same result as you weren't on diet. I'm not really sure.
Right. So, as we're entering our final 5 minutes, I would most definitely like to know from you if there's any player or team on your personal radar that you think will become a big surprise in the future.
How?
Havu?
Yeah.
What for? What's the reasoning behind that?
They play proper CS, I'd say. They have good IGL, some good individual players. They're growing up all the time as a team. I think they just need more experience and LAN tournaments. But I like their style of play. Like even some top teams could actually steal some of their rounds and things like that, because I see there has been time invested into that and details. So
like creative?
I think
creative
yes,
in a way?
yes. I think they're on a pretty good path to become a really good team.
You mentioned something.
They are a really good team at the moment, but they could become even better if at one point they think they could change some player or something like that. That can also be a possibility. But right now, I think they're pretty fine with this roster.
You mentioned something very, very good. That's about being IGL, because that could be a good closing point. You see, recently a lot of IGLs are being cut or are leaving because they can't take the pressure, which I understand. And in Counter-Strike, everybody's looking at HLTV, and you think like,
yes,
there's Zyvu, 1.3 rating, best player in the world. Do you think that for yourself, how do you deal with being an IGL and being, people looking over you as like, he's part of the team?
Well, I see the comments and everything, but it's not really affecting me that much. Like, I know what my job is.
Right.
Like, my job is to lead the team, lead these players to victory. I'm not the guy who is supposed to be a star player in this team, like who has to drop 30 bombs every match. And I don't think I'm bad individually. Sometimes I don't have really good positions. Sometimes I'm just going out first for the team, and then sometimes I feel the game and I play really good. And when I play really good, I think I'm leading the team really good. Like, sometimes I'd say maybe it happens when I'm playing bad. Like, it affects my IGLing. So maybe I'm not. Maybe that is the thing I need to work on. Like, when I'm not playing that good, like, I need to focus a lot more on trying to call the best I can,
Right, but because it always seems like IGLs are being, Hunden had this in 2014 or 15 where he left SK because he was so much with this God Hunden meme under pressure and being bullied and things like that.
Well, those are people who are writing that. I don't know if they accomplished anything in their life. I don't know if they're happy or sad or something like that. I don't see a point. Like, I would never waste my time going on some site and talking and writing shit about
that's the internet.
Anyone.
That's anyone, how it works.
Yes, I know.
That's how people
are.
They're
young. They're really young.
Yeah.
The guys who are writing. Like, I don't blame them, but I don't really see a point of doing that. But whatever.
But what would be your main advice because there are less and less IGLs, for IGLs being less attractive as a role? What would be your main advice to people who want to become one IGL?
I don't know. Like, try to watch a lot of demos. Try to go on server and think like how to fuck up the enemies. Like what you should do in a round. So you make them move. You make them being cut off of the faction and things like that. Like, try to get how to get into a good situation to kill them, because obviously everyone can shoot nowadays, right? Like, everyone can pop heads, but it's about making a good advantage situations where that guy who is a good aimer can't really do much, because he's mollied, flashed, smoked off, or whatever, Like, have a good utility usage, have a proper trading, like, not going one guy goes out and then after a couple of seconds their second guy, but like they're next to each other. So when first guy dies, second guy is instantly trading, thinking about things like how to fix things in your team like that, to make your team play better.
I heard that very often in the past, that it doesn't matter about that anymore. But we have done our hour, Emmy. It's been a big pleasure to have you around.
Thank you.
I hope you stay safe in the US.
Thank you, bro. You too. Like
and
this situations is like not common in the history of this mankind. So like we have to deal with it.
I think it will stay for a while, unfortunately.
Yes, it probably will. So I don't see a progress right now. So
I hope you stay very well in the States. I hope you are getting good. Greetings to Neil, please. The man.
Yes, I will.
And good. Thank you very much for watching. This has been Picnic on Plateau episode 3. You can obviously hear it later on Spotify. In case you're hearing this on Spotify, you heard it anyway. Other than that, thank you very much for tuning in, and see you guys next time.
Thank you. You too.
Okay.